Hi, how are you? Oh, this week is barely beginning and I'm already over it. I already want this week to be over and it just started. Today's Monday. I think I've explained this before, but whenever I try to upload on Monday nights or on Mondays, it takes forever. It takes literally 12 plus hours for me to upload my video. And that's why I moved it to Wednesday. So you'll be seeing this video on Wednesday, but it takes forever for some reason. And I don't know why. And it drives me crazy. However, I just wanted to go over with you last week. Let's just get right into it. Okay. We are week 40. Welcome to week 40. And I am on 12.5 and I'm actually loving 12.5. I didn't know if I would or not, but I'm actually loving it. I've noticed, I think I talked about it a little bit sometime earlier in the week, but I have noticed that the 12.5 is keeping me I'm keeping appetite suppression throughout the whole week. Even up until shot day, I'm just not finding myself, I used to be on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I would be like eating all day long. And even if it was just a little bit here and there, all day. And I'm no longer doing that on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, at least that I've noticed so far for the last 2 weeks. So that's awesome. And I'm just like, hey, this is kind of cool, And we were stuck for a month in the 290s and I hated it and it drove me nuts. It took me a while to finally just get a grip and be like, look, this is what it is and there's nothing much that I can do about it. I was having a lot of inflammation in my body for some reason. My rosacea was acting up. My back was inflamed. I was having migraines. The inflammation in my hands was pretty bad, but now it's almost non-existent. Yeah, so that's awesome. And so I haven't had a migraine in at least a week. I have been having headaches here and there, but no migraine, so that's amazing. And oh crap, I just remembered that I forgot to take my thyroid medication. I need to take that before I start therapy in 15 minutes. And so yeah, so I got over that and I finally was able to get some weight down and I finally broke the 290s last week by going into 289.8. So I broke it by the hairs of my chin, but I did get there. So amazing, yay. And this week, what did I weigh in at? I weighed in this week at 287 even. So that is a loss of 2.8 pounds from last week, which is amazing. Awesome. And you guys already know, I love to try to be as grateful as I can. Hold on, we are now 197 pounds down in total. It's pretty awesome. If you're new here, I've lost 120 pounds on my own before finding out that I was officially a type 2 diabetic, plus had insulin resistant, inflammatory, and cystic ovary types of PCOS. I had already knew that I had some sort of inflammation, autoimmune disease. They don't know what it is. They just know that I have very, very high inflammation markers. That's all we really know about that. I do have fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, vitamin D deficient, and iron deficient anemia. Last year, I had to get a total hysterectomy with my cervix, uterus, both fallopian tubes, and my left ovary had to be removed because my uterus was literally, and I don't say this lightly, bleeding me to death. And I'm not kidding. I was getting blood infusions and or blood transfusions, and I was getting iron infusions regularly. I had to do some emergency ones in the hospital when I got my histoscopy done in September, and then just a few months later I ended up having to get a hysterectomy because the fibroids that were in my uterus just were relentless and they didn't care what anybody did. They were going to do what they were going to do, and that was the end of that. So I'm only 3 months post-op, which I know is feels like a lifetime. It really does, because I feel 1.5 million times better than I ever did while I was suffering through that. My numbers are slowly increasing, but they have told me it could take a year for them to completely come back to normal. Yeah. So I'm also perimenopausal and I am on hormone replacement therapy for that. But because I no longer have a uterus or cervix, I only need estrogen replacement. My options were, because I no longer have a uterus, so I no longer need progesterone. Progesterone. The one thing I will tell you is if you have a uterus, if you have uterine lining, you should not be strictly on estrogen alone. You need to be on estrogen and progesterone together in combination, because estrogen alone can increase the risk for uterine cancer. I may need testosterone replacement one day, but likely not because of my PCOS. I do have higher androgen markers than any normal female would, so I likely don't need them. However, we are going to get tested sometime in the next couple months to find out. We're just trying to let the hormone replacement therapy that I was not able to start until 6 entire full weeks after my hysterectomy, because I was taking tablets, or I am taking tablets, and tablets orally does increase your risk of blood clots, and the medications that they gave me to have my hysterectomy done also can increase my risk of blood clots. So combining those two together are very dangerous to do. So I had to wait 6 full weeks to start them. And prior to that, I was using vaginal estrogen cream, which can also lead to weight gain, trouble losing weight, being in perimenopause and menopause. And I will never know where I would have naturally gone into menopause. However, on December 5th of this year, I will officially be what's considered in menopause for those 24 hours. And then on December 6th, I will then be in postmenopause, because menopause only lasts 24 hours. It is required that you be 365 days without a period to be in menopause. So your 366th day is the day you're in menopause, and then your 367th day, you are postmenopausal. So that's where we're at. And losing weight has been a struggle my entire life. I have been 300 pounds at least since I was 16. I do not remember much before that. I do know that when I was 9 years old, I was also almost 5'2", which is where I'm at now. And I was 102 pounds at 9, but I had enormous breasts. And then my father went to prison. Well, my father went to prison when I was 7, and that's when I really started gaining weight. I learned that food was my friend, and I took full advantage of my friend. And that's how I cope. I cope eating. Good things, bad things, traumatic things, hysterical things, nothing will make me lean on food for that comfort that I did not have with a person. So yeah, so this week we're going to talk about what I'm grateful for this week. This week that just passed, I had therapy on Monday, which was a great session, and it's coming up in a few minutes. My mother on the 18th had her 32nd birthday, which is amazing. My mother gets 2 birthdays every single year. In February is her birth date, like official legal birth date. Her and David share that birth date. And then a few weeks later, on the 18th of March, she gets a second birthday. That second birthday, she turned 36. On that second birthday, every single year since 1989, we call it her birthday, because that is the day that she defied all medical possibilities and she's alive. So the doctors all told her she would not make it through the night. And that was the end of that period, but she did. She had 2 experimental brain surgeries, and here she is. So we call that her second birthday, and it's been 36 years since then, and that is very exciting because they told her she wouldn't make it past the hour, and here we are 36 years later. If she was going to make it, they told her she would be a vegetable. She would never walk, talk, eat on her own, use the restroom on her own. She would be a vegetable. Yeah, she's none of those things. If you met her today, you would never know anything had ever happened to her. She's amazing. And God's amazing because God took care of her, and she knows it, and we know it, and here we are. And that is also my grandparents, her parents' wedding anniversary. They have since passed, but we still like to acknowledge it. On Saturday, David and I went to the stockyards. We went to go have dinner. That was nice, but I wouldn't eat there again. Then on Sunday, we went to the casino. David got free money again. And then we went to a food truck event, which was okay. The food was And then I had my dietitian appointment, and we are now 2.8 more pounds down officially. So that's amazing. Let's get into the coloring.
Hello. So today's layout, this is last week's layout. This is today's layout. But this is today's layout. I absolutely love just how simple yet elegant it is.
Okay, I hope you guys are having a great rest of your day. I really love the way that this page came out. I hope you guys like it too. If you're following along, this is the Joanna Bransford 2025 weekly coloring planner. Every single week we try to get the coloring in and go through our gratitude for the week while updating on the weight loss and how we are doing on Mounjaro. So you guys already know I would love to hear all about how your day is going, how your week has been. Good, bad, ugly. I would love to hear all about it. Go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. I want to be there to support you the way that you support me. I want to hug you through it, laugh with you, cry with you, celebrate with you. I just want to be excited with you, and I just want to know how it's going, and I would love to get to know you better. Want to give me your digital hugs. On top of that, let's go ahead and throw a birthday cake emoji down in the comments down below to celebrate my mother's 36th birthday. Yes, I'm 43. My mother is 59. My mother's real age is 59, just so you know. But I adore you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.